Hi guys, welcome to another Movie Crew Review. Today we'll be reviewing Dune Part 2.
Movie stars Timothee Chalamet, Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, and Austin Butler.
So the film follows on from Dune Part 1, and it follows Paul as he tries to go with the Freemen to start a rebellion against the people who took over from his family against the spice fields. It's got a big stellar cast, and it kind of encapsulates more of the action side of the Dune franchise. Just as a bit of a note, we saw this at IMAX on 1570 film. So we saw it at the largest 1570 film screen in the world. Something a bit different in 1:43 aspect ratio. So only 12 cinemas in the entire world get this, and it's quite an experience to see it in film. A lot of IMAXs are showing in 4K laser, which is also a good alternative, but it is a great film, especially to have it on a big screen to see all the different aspects, because in a normal cinema, yes, you do get to experience it, but you are going to lose some of the wider shots that they're intending. But aside from that, let's get into the review, guys.
Alright, I'll start us off.
Yep.
The first word comes to mind after watching this movie, epic. Encapsulates the whole movie for me. It was just from the start, it was go, go, go. Everything of importance kept me enthralled. Everything had so much weight behind it. I didn't feel any scene was like a bit la or meh. It was just all go, go, go. And there is a bit more action in this movie as opposed to the first one, I feel. But they still amped it up. Everything felt like a level up from the first one. The shots, the action, just a lot. And I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. The acting was great. And yeah, there's one scene in particular that has really stuck in my mind. And it's when he rides the worm for the first time.
Yeah.
That scene from start to finish had me goosebumps on the edge of my seat. The sound in the IMAX, my God, it was just, epic. Honestly, that scene, I was blown away. It felt so real. Like, it didn't feel cheap at all. Like, it felt like you were right behind him. It was a real ride. But that one scene, after I saw that, I'm just like, wow. That's some stuff, man. Yeah. That's what movies is all about for me. But yeah, that scene in particular for me was chef's kiss. John, you want to go next?
All right, so I guess first of all, welcome back to Cinemas 2024. This is the first really cinematic film that I think we've all shared in, compared to last year where we really had a strong start. I really enjoyed the whole aspect of the cinematography of the film. That was a good takeaway that I had. So Greg Fraser, from the creator, the Batman, he did Zero Dark 30. He's done a bunch of great films, and the cinematography from him is a real standout in terms of the scenes, because even though the film predominantly takes place on Arrakis, you still feel like it's a galactic experience. You still feel the giantness of the story, as opposed to the first film where we are seeing a lot of different worlds. Because we're in this more secluded one scene kind of world, it still brings that kind of galactic aspect to it. The acting, I think, was really well, and it carried the film. We had a lot of great standout actors in the film.
Everyone, yeah.
Timothee Chalamet and Zendaya are really the main driving force of the film. You've got a lot of, I guess, celebrities to do cameos or bits and pieces, like Anya Taylor-Joy was in it for a scene. It's not particularly crucial it's in the trailer, so it's not going to give anything away. Christopher Walken does a tremendous job as the Emperor, and he doesn't come off as the comedic kind of character that he's all come to know with his Walker, that kind of thing. It was a really serious role. Him and Florence Pugh did a really good job as that kind of father-daughter team. Rebecca Ferguson, can't complain. She carried it from the first film right onto the second film. So the acting was great. And the takeaway I have from this, in terms of there's a part in the film where they do a lot of heists to try and stop the spice harvesting. And that's also in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything there. Gives me a lot of Lawrence of Arabia vibes, that mid-20th century film, kind of the white aspects, the thrill, the excitement, the start to finish, and that whole film is just go, go, go. It's emotional and it's quite serious, but even Javier Bardem's character brings comedic flavor in a way that is hard to do, especially when they're talking about, because Paul is coming into this Fremen group as some see him as a messiah and some do not. It's quite funny to see his take on it and how the comedic aspect comes out from there. But I thoroughly enjoyed the film. I have no gripes with it. Moon?
Yep. So the first word that came to my mind was epic too. I had goosebumps so many times while watching the movie. I was loving every single frame of the movie. So from first movie till this one, Timothee Chalamet's character Paul, and I would say Lady Jessica, played amazingly by Rebecca Ferguson. They both take this. So from certain point till here, their journey is totally changed. What they have done is, I didn't expect any of it. There's a revelation in between the movie. Didn't see it coming. Never read the book, so didn't have any idea. Their characters, I would say, have changed a lot. I'm not going to spoil anything. Zendaya plays, so sort of feels like a love interest, but there's so much more there too, which I think would be explored further if they're going to make another part, which I'm presuming they will.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of these movies with prophecies. You got Matrix, Neo is the one. You got Kung Fu Panda, that he'll be the Dragon Warrior. You've got Avatar, Jake Sully's Turok Makto. And here there's a prophecy, even it's in the first movie, that he'll be Lisan al-Zaib. That's the one
Yes.
So the movie, it's not the same regular thing that he's going to be that person, but it takes certain sort of twist to that, but you just don't know what's going to happen till the end. Even after seeing all those prophecy movies, I wasn't sure what's going to happen at the end. I didn't know at the end. And that was a great element. As John said, the cinematography was amazing. I think the last movie won a bunch of Oscars for, Same?
Yes, same.
Same. It's going to happen again. All the technical awards, give the best movie now, I would say. Yeah. I don't have any gripes with the movie either. Maybe a little bit, maybe. But I didn't get the chemistry between Zendaya and Timothee Chalamet. But as the movie progressed, I can see where it is going. The final shot of the movie, I know where things are going now. So he's so here for it.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, so one person that we haven't really touched on, Austin Butler's character. He played a fantastic role. So you will know him from the Elvis film, where he had that kind of charisma and charm of the Elvis character that he was playing in the film. But in this film, complete right turn. This guy is sociopathic, not like the Sting acting in the original 1984 Dune film. It's not like that at all. You got somebody who really is ruthless, and I mean, would kill on a dime. So it's not something that he's gonna, really worry about. Oh, what should I do? He's just so dark. He doesn't have regard for anything. He just takes it as is and does whatever he feels like. And I think even the voice. So he's supposed to be the nephew of the leader of Arrakis, and in that aspect, his voice is very similar. So you could go, yes, they're related. And just the mannerisms, things like that. Really good character, really dark character. I mean, we had Dave Bautista as their kind of like lackeyman, I guess, going and securing all the land. But I mean, Austin Butler from the Harkness side, he really, really steals the show.
Yeah, like they introduce him, like I would say, right in between the middle of the movie.
Right in the middle.
I was like, where are we going now? Like, we were with Paul and Sean. What was her name?
Shani.
Yep. So we were with them, and we go to his character. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. Then I was totally into where we're going now. The movie was getting darker and darker and darker, and I was loving every bit of it.
So interesting choice from the cinematographer again.
Yes.
Because the Harkness people can only see infrared light, he chose to shoot a lot of the scenes on their world in black and white.
Black and white.
So that's why when you see the explosions of the film and the different fight scenes, everything looks black because that's how they can see it. And as you can see when they go to Arrakis, you can see that they're getting sick visibly from the sunlight because it's just so strong. And that's why they put the visors down. But Dave Bautista's character is trying to absorb the light, trying to get used to the environments, like Austin Butler's character, how he's a bit stronger so he can take it a bit harder. But I really found his character quite good. I mean, there wasn't really any characters in this film that were weak. I think they all played a part. They all were necessary to the story of the film.
Yeah.
And I mean, the whole aspect of the Messiah, I guess, is good to see over a long period because you're not just coming in and everybody's like, this is the Jesus. You're coming in and you're seeing him half accepted, half not accepted, and gaining everybody's trust. And that's something that I think really helps, instead of explaining things, showing things. And it's something that films don't really do a lot these days. They usually just have like a dialogue exposition and expect everybody to mentally fill in the blanks. This does it really well, where it shows it for that 2-hour, 43-minute period. It shows it quite nicely, quite elongated, and yeah, works quite well.
But even Paul, the character, even he's conflicted with this Messiah.
Yes.
And that was done really well. Like we said before, you just didn't know where the story was going to go because he was so conflicted and he sold that. And you're like, well, you don't have that linear sort of story that usually it takes you on because he sells that so well. You just can't expect anything to really happen.
But you can see the deception as part of what he's doing as well with the Fremen. You can see how, like, he takes off the ring to try and make himself look like one of the normal, just everyday people. Yeah. You can see that he is actively trying to get welcomed by them. He's not just, this is me, take it or not. He is, like his mother, Lady Jessica, is saying, you need to get accepted, you need to make sure that everybody turns and sees you as the Messiah.
Yeah, but what they did really well, they didn't show that until later on in the movie.
Yes.
So you actually get sold that he actually maybe wants to become a Freeman. Because that scene where he puts the ring back on, that's later on in the movie. So you don't actually get sold that for a thing.
And it's good because it's such a turn.
Yeah.
Because it's just straight away he goes from being like the guy who's trying to follow and learn to like leader. And it's such a light switch moment that happens and it's really good.
Yep. And can we talk about Denis Villeneuve? So he's been cranking all these amazing movies. I've seen all of his work. And if you guys haven't seen any of, like, watch every movie. So he made first movie was French movie, I think. I'm not sure what language was it. I can't remember. Every movie. So then he made Sicario. Amazing. He made Blade Runner 2049. Amazing. He made Arrival, which is really underrated movie. Then now he made another sci-fi epic movie. Man, this is the guy.
Well, you can see in Arrival they use language quite well.
Yes.
And in this film they have a kind of made-up language for the film specifically. So you can see where his influences are coming from, especially with Sicario.
Yeah.
Especially with the action scenes. They're kind of not similar, but you can see the kind of impact he's trying to make.
And there's one more movie I can't remember. I think it's with Jake Gyllenhaal, which is an amazing movie too. So I think he's climbing the ladder. Soon he'll be one of the greats. Maybe he is already. Alrighty.
Alright, we're going to give the scores. Moon, how many sandworms out of 10?
The easiest 10 I've ever given.
John?
9.5 out of 10.
I'll give this a 9.5 sandworms out of 10. Alright guys, make sure you like, share the video, tell your friends, tell your family, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.